We met in Delhi on 24th March 2007. Here on a work trip.
Was it love at first sight?
Something happened. I mean, he tells the nicer version of the story. I mean, my version, I was a little more lustful.
No, it was, I think, I would not call it love at first sight, but there was, like, when you meet somebody, you definitely know that you like this person, or, you know, he's interesting, so.
We went to Agra on our first official date to see the Taj Mahal. The airport was very dramatic and like a Bollywood, you know, like the hand on the glass, and, you know, but tears, bawling, you know.
Did you cry as well?
I think I did. I think I did cry a little bit when I was coming back after, you know, he was gone. But we kept in touch.
Then I decided that I was going to move to India, but I decided that I would come for a month and see the viability of that. That month was, I mean, I was like floating on clouds the whole month. You know, I mean, it was like, you know, he loves me, he loves me, he loves me.
4 years ago when I came out to my mother and my sister. The biggest reason why I came out to my mother was because she was getting, you know, a lot of marriage proposals for me. So it was like, then I said, okay, I told my mother that if I will just tell you the truth, because she also deserved to know that I'm happy, you know, even if I'm not married.
She sends me food.
His mom has been sending you food.
But when he comes back from Assam, or on like the plant,
and also she has said that she wants him to go to Assam and visit, like, see our.
My childhood was in Ireland. I actually knew that I needed to get out of what had happened. Shall I tell them? Okay, I actually tried to kill myself. Now I'm getting emotional. So when I was 20, I tried to kill myself because I thought I was the only gay man on the planet. And so then I moved to California. I got involved in the protest movements in California to be gay. I was joking. I was just saying to somebody, you know, here I am 30 years later, standing, you know, waving a protest sign. You know, I said, I have a picture from 1984 of me and, you know, marching down La Cienega Boulevard or Santa Monica Boulevard in West Hollywood with like the same placard almost, you know.
Several of my friends have asked, like, after December 11th, when the Supreme Court verdict was out, so now are you going to move and live in the States? I said no. I mean, now I have a legal status in US. I could live there if I want, but my existence in my own country has become illegal. It's more of anger than anxiety, I would say, because you feel like we are sitting in this country, and especially I am in our case, and you know,
I'm married to a citizen of this country.
We pay tax, and you know, it's everything is same.
I think where it's important is that we need to help others who are struggling and fearing this law, and so to be out, to be open, to be vociferous, to show that, you know, you can have loving relationships, you can, you know, live your life happy, you know, there, and in any facet that how you choose to live it. This is actually me, Atanu and I in Central Park. This is me on bended knee, proposing to Atanu. It was very, very
And
funny.
you had no idea he was going to propose.
My dear beloved Atanu, meeting you was fate, becoming your friend was a choice, but falling in love with you was beyond my control. The moment you walked up to me and smiled that fateful day in March 2007, my life was changed. You showed me what love is, unconditional, and made me a better person in the process. I don't know how to describe the feelings I have for you, other than they are intertwined in every fiber of my existence, my every thought that I would be incomplete without you. Hindi mythology states that two souls meet in heaven, in the heavens, and are joined together in marriage on earth. You are my soulmate, the wings that keep me flying, and I ask you today if I can be eternally yours in matrimony. Marry me, my love. Oh, see, I know.
And he said yes.
Baby, you make me so happy. I promise you that I will try my best to make you just as happy. The childlike zest and the Mad Hatter moments we share are the best times of the day. As each day passes, I thank God for you.
बावरे से मन की देखो बावरी हैं बातें, बावरे से इस जहान में बावरा एक साथ हो, इस सयानी भीड़ में बस हाथों में तेरा हाथ हो. first time at this party, and then he went back to Bombay, and I was in Delhi, and so for a year we were just in touch on Facebook. I flew down to Bombay to watch a movie with him, and so he was quite surprised that just to watch a movie and then fly back after the movie. It was
Cheap stunt.
Cheap stunt.
It worked.
So when we decided to move in together, that's it. And then of course we had a ceremony, and we called our close friends and family.
Close friends.
And family.
One person make it not family, but
yeah. So and then we exchanged rings and vows.
that day when the verdict came out, I decided to stay home for half an hour extra to just watch TV, and then sent a message to friends, let's pop a bottle of champagne in the evening. It obviously has to be positive. And in my own head, I was like, our friend in the Supreme Court might probably just add a little line saying, but why aren't you even asking for marriage equality? I mean, we live in a bubble. We've also reacted for the first time in our adult lives. I don't think either of us have reacted so strongly about anything.
I've spent a lot of time on Twitter in the last 3 or 4 days, and I've seen a lot of support, and I've also seen a lot of hatred, and the kind of hatred which I've never seen against somebody, as such. You would probably see it against a terrorist, and that's the kind of language that people are using. Kill them, hang them, throw them out of the country. There are people who are talking that language, and that is scary.
Also, like, sometimes we have a little moment when we see people with children, how fulfilled they seem to be. But I think we are fulfilled right now the way we are. If we ever feel the need, we'll address it at that point. But
technically, we are single men, and we can't adopt. A single man, I don't think, can adopt. So it's not an option legally. I don't want to pay money to buy a child.
There is this book a friend of ours gave us called Daddy, Papa, and Me. And their children immediately identified it because it's about a gay family with one child, not twins.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
they bring the book to us all the time. Even before they could do anything, they would bring the book to us to read, and they would point to themselves. And
they call it the I Do book. Yeah. We met in Berkeley, California, and I used to live in that town, and Aditya was going to college there.
Yeah, we met there at a local bar called the White Horse.
And it was love at first sight.
Yep.
Yes, it was. Yes.
It was love at first sight.
He dropped me off at my flat the first evening, and then I said, I never kiss on my first date, and he later said he didn't realize it was a date.
Michael came with me in 1993, 92 December actually, 93. And then we had a ceremony here with my mother suggested when she met him, she liked him a lot, and she suggested we could have like a private ceremony, so we did that in her living room.
So what was the ceremony like? And there was a Hindu priest who agreed?
Right. Well, he just saw us as two humans. I knew him very well. He saw me as a person. He said it has nothing to do with gender. And then he devised a ceremony that kind of combined, Shiva and Vishnu when they have a union to have Ayyappan. That's the first question I asked Michael. Well, not the first, but within the first few days. I remember it clearly. Asked him, "Will you have my children?"
So we really, really wanted kids, and then
so we went through a lot of trouble to have them.
And so
we
by
really
the time
loved
we
them
had,
a lot.
Yeah, I think at that time, we couldn't adopt. I think when we had the surrogacy, we wouldn't been able to adopt her. We had only that choice.
We're used to being discriminated against, so we have a lifetime of getting used to it. So
no,
we
but
can't
it would
be
make
angry
a thing.
about it. But
Yeah.
I'm like, there they go again, the heterosexual majority pushing their agenda on us, and then claiming we have some agenda. All we want to do is live our lives in peace. There was the justices Singhvi and Mukhopadhyay who claimed they had never met a gay person in their lives. I think someone asked them, "Do you know a gay person?" They said, "No." Well, okay, but yeah, we'll then make a law against them. That's fine. They'll continue. We'll fight for our rights. These are human rights. We'll fight for our rights. And having kids is part of our right, and we will have them. When we had them, India hadn't outlawed or banned gay surrogacy or surrogacy for single people and gay people. So that only happened just recently. So we've had our kids for a while, and that doctor was very sympathetic to us, and he made a great point. He said, it's gay people will make loving parents because they really want the kids. What I wanted to do was give you a glimpse of the longevity of our relationship by the way our faces have changed. This is the two of us when we first met each other.
That was at the flat that I cleaned up.
We took these photographs soon, the day after, a few days after we met. So we actually had an open prayer in a way. And but there's a whole mythological thing when Vishnu takes the form of Mohini, and then Shiva, and they have a union and they have a child actually. And so it's not unknown, for us that way.